Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
No, I'm not really feeling it.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh shit, don't shoot!
Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keyboard, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Now the monitors jump to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Turning it off will set all my co-workers free. Turning it on, however, shall give me all the power, and the co-workers will be under my control. Ha ha!
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did.
After they can applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
What?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification...
It's a button! How can it sense DNA?
Eliminating the entire complex.
Oh my god.
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Okay, I take it back.
Now this is making things a little more fun.
I take it back.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my god, we're gonna die. Oh my god.
Everyone inside.
There's gotta be, wait.
Burned to a crisp.
Oh god, there's a minute left.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what?
Shit! Where's the button that lets me neck myself? Is this the button that lets me neck myself? Oh, fucking...
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Help me! You know what, this kind of reminds me of that one scene in Season 1, Episode 6 of The Walking Dead, where that dude has the massive laboratory and it comes— we're gonna die! Oh, fuck you! Ah!
We fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up. Oh, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it. Come on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Okay, I'll do it! Ah!
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hi, Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
You're a dickhead, Mariella.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Okay, anything? I don't hear a no.
By now, Jake's 2-incher had grown to its full length and was throbbing fit to burst.
Thundered aloud to nobody. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Sorry, bro.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright. I really don't want to do this, but fuck it, we're going to do it anyway.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh my god. Am I going to get jumped? Please. No jumpers. I'm
The door
begging
behind
you,
him
no
was not
jumpers.
shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Please, no jumpers. I'm begging
At this
you.
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh my fucking god. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god! Okay, I regret. I'll go back through the doorway. I'll do what you say, Mr. Narrator, sir. Oh my god, it's so close! Oh my god, I'm safe! Ah!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator.
And there's
As
a
Stanley
woman.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
That's true.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
This is really trippy.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
How?
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
I don't wanna.
You'll be working someone else's. Stop now. Own the true choice. Choose it. Don't get tired.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've accepted death.
Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Oh, Stanley, someday. I'm free!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Try me.
There once was a man named Stanley,
Oh dear.
who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function.
Oh wow.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations.
Aw.
Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
That's not
Which
good.
choice would you make? You find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Hello?
What?
My goodness, it's 4:30. I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack.
Yay.